sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet and Dubrook. I'm Mike Kilroy. This is Brock Jordan. We're going to be here talking about basketball season. It came really quick. Really, the first play date was the day after Thanksgiving, so there wasn't a whole lot of break between the football and the basketball season. I know a lot of the football players jumped right into basketball, so we're going to jump right into basketball right now. We were talking about boys and girls basketball. We were talking before we went on about how we have a lot of really good teams with some promise. I know you did. You kind of went through it and went through the nuts and bolts of some of these teams. What teams are you looking for that, man, these guys and these girls could possibly have a really good year this year?
I think I'll start with some of the girls. Carn City, they lost a very good core group of seniors last year, but Coach Andressi down there always has them in the running. They have Vaneski back. She's I think their top returning scorer actually, and I think she was their top scorer last year.
She was.
But she's a heck of an athlete. She can put up points in a hurry, and they've played in some big games. They have some big game experience. I think you'll see them near the top. I think Redbank, they have a new coaching staff. They're going to have to figure out life without Miley Harmon, life without Bonanno, but I think Addie Bond's ready to take that step. Quinn White, she got hot in the playoffs last year where she's a sharpshooter. You see her in the corner and you're thinking, if she gets the ball, you're thinking, oh man, just start running back and play on offense because, that thing's probably going in and, they're going to need some girls to step up. Clarion Limestone, I think that's another girls team that has some promise. I know from what I've heard, they looked good the other night.
Yeah, they got a win last night against Brookville.
And, Keystone, we watched them in volleyball season. A lot of the same girls play basketball. I mean, we've seen how athletic they are. We've seen they have some size. They'll be a tough team in the girls' brackets, I think. Onto the boys. I don't think there's really a team that runs away with it. Clarion brings back a lot of pieces from last year's team. I think you could see them play a lot more athletically, put a lot more pressure on the defensive side, especially maybe running some presses here and there that teams maybe didn't see from them as much last year. Keystone, that's a team where any Keystone team, Greg Heath, is going to put together a good season. I think the boys' side actually, as well as the girls' side, I think it has a chance like football season where we're going to see some really exciting games.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of really good, great teams. Another girls' team look out for is Cranberry.
Oh, absolutely.
They played Carn City in the D9 championship game. Gave them a little bit of a tussle, but that Carn City defense was just so good last year. Carn City defense, they're built on defense. They're going to be good again this year defensively. They're going to get a lot more points from Vaneski. They're going to get more points from Hannah Daly. They got some young players coming up that they're excited about. And Redbank Valley, don't sleep on Redbank Valley.
No, never.
Michael Dawson takes over. He's been a long-time assistant there. They're going to go a little bit more motion offense. They're going to go a little bit more less zone that they were kind of known for, a little bit more man-to-man in your face stuff. And Addie Bond is ready. She's already made a big impact. She's only, I think, she's less than 100 away from 1,000. She's going to get her 1,000 point this year. And she's another one who could just go off, for 30 points on any given night. You mentioned Quinn White, who took a year off, came back last year. Took her about 3/4 of the season to kind of get her basketball legs back. Once she did, she shot the lights out, and she's a great rebounder. She can fill into that Kira Bonanno role, get some rebounds for them. And Elena Carrico, she's started since her freshman year. She's kind of known as that three-point shooter, but she's been working hard on her game. I hear she's going to start going to the hoop more, take more of those little spot-up jumpers. She's always been quick and good on defense. So I think Redbank Valley is going to be every bit as good as they have been, even without Miley Harmon. Because
absolutely.
You can't replace some Miley Harmon, though. 2,066 points, everything that she did. Kira Bonanno, a 500 player. That's going to be hard to replace, but they have pieces.
And I think, actually, in my opinion, the biggest question mark is going to be who's going to play the Miley Harmon role on defense. Because people forget she was an outstanding defender. And
yes.
You talked about they ran that zone a lot at Redbank, and she was the top.
She was the one getting steals.
And I think it's more going to be who's the role defense.
I'd be willing to bet. And I don't think this is even an exaggeration about Miley Harmon. Of those 2,000 points, I'm sure 1,000 of them came off of steals and layups. Because she was just so good at that, at the top of that zone, getting steals, getting down the court, or even fast break, just getting to their hoop. 1,500 of her points came from like right over the laying the ball in off of seals. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more. We just wanted to get our feet wet here with basketball season. Now we're going to dive in full court press on the basketball season. This is the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We'll be right back.
Redbank Chevrolet, Clarion County's trusted vehicle dealer. At Redbank Chevrolet, we're more than just a dealership. We're your neighbors, your go-to team for everything Chevy. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here to exceed your expectations with unbeatable service, great selection, and a fun car buying experience. Stop by or schedule your visit today. Together, let's drive.
Since 1946, we've delivered. From commercial to residential, we've got you covered. We proudly serve and support our local communities. Call 844-DEW-BROOK or visit us online. DEW-BROOK, your trusted ready-mix concrete supplier.
At Clarion Forest VNA, we bring compassionate care to your doorstep. From skilled nursing to hospice services, we're here for you and your loved ones. Clarion Forest VNA, your trusted partner in home health care. Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kales kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kales, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
For over 50 years, Carly Tire and Clarion has been keeping you rolling with quality tires for all your driving needs. And now, we're more than just tires. From state inspections to oil changes to brakes and total car care, Carly Tire is your one-stop shop to keep your vehicles safe and running smooth. Experience hometown service you can trust and quality you can count on. Carly Tire, the area's largest selection of tires. Stop in today and see why Clarion has trusted us for over 50 years.
Our focus has always been on you at Clarion County Community Bank. We're a full-service bank that offers the financial tools you need and the personal attention you deserve. You'll discover we're not just investing in our community, we're investing in you. Clarion County Community Bank.
Your eyes are the window to your soul, so take care of them. The Laurel Eye Clinic provides complete care from annual exams, glasses and contacts to cataract and retinal surgery, LASIK and more. As a trusted leader in family eye care for 50 years, you can trust them with yours. Call or visit us online today.
Need reliable plumbing or heating services? Call Luton's Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, and available 24/7. Call them at 814-226-8695.
And welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet and DEW-BROOK. Mike Kilroy, Brock Jordan. We're talking hoops. Hoop season started already. A couple teams got some games in. Montauk girls already got 2 games in. They got 2 more this week. They're going to have 4 games done before, December
This is what I think the
December
3rd.
5th. Yeah. But anyway, we're talking girls, talking boys now. Another boys team I wanted to mention was Cranberry. Another Cranberry mention. They got a really good core group. They were Cole Finley, Blake Marchinke. I think it's how you pronounce it. I've talked to him several times. I should ask him how he pronounces his name. So if I messed it up, sorry about that, Blake. And they have another guy coming up, Shia Sanchez, who I guess can play above the rim. All of them can play above the rim. They're going to be really exciting because they play that up-tempo attack. I think this is the year where you're going to be talking about Cranberry, both boys and girls, a lot.
Yeah, so the last few years I've watched a ton of high school basketball, and I watched the Cranberry team come down and play Union last year, and between Finley, who, everybody was like, yeah, he's usually the guy in the score sheet that, he's usually the guy for them. But J.K., I think he had 20 points in the first half against Union. We were just looking at rosters and stuff, and it was kind of like we couldn't believe he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
He plays like he's played varsity basketball for years.
Well, history in his family of basketball. His dad's an assistant coach. His uncle's an assistant coach. His aunt is Carrie Maylott, who's the
girls' coach.
Who's the girls' coach, and she played at Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
So basketball is kind of in their family. So he's picked up a basketball when he was in kindergarten. He told me.
It was just amazing to watch him as, like I said, he was like so poised. I mean, and he's not afraid to attack the basket either. I mean, I saw he did ball cup this year and stuff. He really fun to watch.
A big year.
Absolutely, Cranberry's gonna be a fun team to watch this year.
Yeah, and they run that up tempo,
Yep.
which is what you love to see in high school because you get so many points. You get to the line that way. Fans love it. You know, fans get crazy with that kind of style of play. And then you got to talk again, Kern City, Cole Johnston. He's going to dominate this year. You talk about Keystone too. They're going to be without Eli Nellis all year. He might be back for the playoffs.
I did hear that.
But they got Dom Corsetti and they got Greg Heath coaching this group, and you can never ever count.
Well, just to, really had a bad. Is just he can do so many things with, not. Dom, he's not one to watch. He's another guy. He's not afraid to shoot the ball. And he's very good on the defensive end of the floor, too. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be a team that they always make noise, and they're going to be a team that can make noise again.
Said we have a lot of really good, solid, competitive teams, so it's going to be a fun year because any given night teams can knock each other off. AC Valley's another team. They won 3 games last year. They're going to win a lot more this year.
Yeah. When you watch him, he's not afraid. He crosses that half court line, you better get a hand up because he's not afraid to let loose from 30 feet. I mean, it's amazing watching him play. He's a very good ball handler as well, and they have some size coming in too. And with that size, they have some really good athleticism. They have 5'6" that you never know what they're going to do. And I know I have a lot of respect for Coach Quinn. I know I've seen what he's done with teams in the past. That I know anybody that buys into his systems, they have a chance to be.
And then back to the girls. Another team I think that's kind of been down a little bit, you got to really keep an eye on this year is Union AC Valley.
Yep.
Chris Edmonds, who was the former coach at Redbank, won all those district championships. He stepped down, but now he's helping out Kelly Kiefer at Union AC Valley. They got a good core coming back with Maddie DeHart, Emma Rashtator, Emma Kiefer. She's really poised to have a big year. They have a lot of pieces there. I know they have goals to make the playoffs this year. I think they can take that step. And when anytime you have Maddie DeHart on the court, you have a chance because she's really worked on her game on the post with Coach Edmonds. I think she's gonna have a monster year.
Yeah, and
year.
for being a taller girl, she's not a bad ball handler either. I mean,
Right.
she can handle the ball. I watched a couple games with them last year that she can take the ball up the floor if you need her to. She's not afraid to. She definitely can control it. And I think adding on to that Union AC Valley team, I think not just the girls but both the Union boys team as well. There is a fun group of freshmen coming in that has the potential to see a lot of valuable minutes for both of those teams. And but absolutely, I think I've already heard great things about Coach Edmonds coming on to that coaching staff.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the girls are liking him down there, helping them out. I know a lot of them have said that.
I know he was excited too about helping out a different program. He needed a change of a little bit of change of scenery. Always helps people, and I think he's going to help them out tremendously.
Yeah, without a doubt. You said it. It's the rest of the teams down there. Now, obviously, with those teams come great players, but somebody's going to coach them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not, even if they are good enough to start as freshmen, they're better by their senior year because of their coaches. It's impressive.
You mentioned Union boys. I think a lot of those guys, all those young, make a big impact on basketball. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some players that we're excited about seeing, and then we're going to talk about a big news item. We'll start dig into that. This is the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet in Dubrook. We'll be right back.
MPRC helps me with the flexibility of the class times. I'm able to balance work, our hobbies of racing, and our family time in general with being able to take classes when it's convenient for me.
Affordable opportunities are endless at Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. If you're looking to start next semester or next year, apply now at discovernprc.org. Discovernprc.org.
Tennis.
It doesn't even sound awful.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
I think you have.
I have no idea what's going on.
This game is brought to you by Tionesta Builders? No. Tionesta Builders Supply. Family-owned and operated home improvement centers located in Tionesta and Shippenville. At First United National Bank Freiburg, the Fun Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. From savings to home loans, we help you grow right where you belong. Stop in today and feel the difference at the Fun Bank.
Good luck to all of our area teams from Clarion Ford Chrysler.
Local sales team. Local owners.
And remember to buy local at Clarion Ford Chrysler, where all your money stays to the local community.
Redbank Chevrolet, Clarion County's trusted vehicle dealer. At Redbank Chevrolet, we're more than just a dealership. We're your neighbors, your go-to team for everything Chevy. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here to exceed your expectations with unbeatable service, great selection, and a fun car buying experience. Stop by or schedule your visit today. Together, let's drive.
Since 1946, we've delivered. From commercial to residential, we've got you covered. We proudly serve and support our local communities. Call 844-DUBROOK or visit us online. Dubrook, your trusted ready-mix concrete supplier.
At Clarion Forest VNA, we bring compassionate care to your doorstep. From skilled nursing to hospice services, we're here for you and your loved ones. Clarion Forest VNA, your trusted partner in home health care. Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
And welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet and Dubrook. Mike Kilroy, Brock Jordan. We're having a nice conversation about the burgeoning basketball season. It's starting. It's kind of trickling out because of the way the schedule fell. Teams could open up the day after Thanksgiving if they wanted to. There was a couple smattering of games. There's been a smattering of games this week. Of course, the snow kind of threw everything off on Tuesdays, but teams are going to be in full force at the end of the week. A lot of players in action. We talked about teams. Now I want to get your take on what some of the players are really kind of looking forward to seeing this year. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a ton. I think I'll start with some of the girls' side. Maddie DeHart, she's going to be fun to watch. She's kind of going to be like the go-to for that team. Vaneski, she's going to be, Darian Leonard,
Yeah.
she up at Cranberry.
That's what I was going to talk
Probably
about.
was one of the best freshmen around last year, and so she's going to be fun to watch. She's going to, got a year under her belt now. So some of the other girls, I know Hannah Begg, she had a good year in volleyball, and she had a good year in basketball last year too. So
she's off to a good start. She had 21 last night.
That team's going to be fun to watch. There's some going to be. I think most teams are all going to be pretty fun to watch on the girls' side.
Yeah, for me on the girls' side, I want to watch Addie Bond. I want to see, now that she's kind of the top fiddle, with Miley Harmon gone, she's going to be the focal point. Teams are really going to be trying to take her out earlier in the season, kind of see what what the rest of that team is going to be like. But I still think there's no guarding her. She's going to get her points. No. She has enough around her where she's going to have some monster nights. Right. And she's ready for it too.
Yeah.
Like, she's been ready for it. She's got a lot of games under her belt.
She's almost going to absolutely be the primary ball handler, and if she can find her shooters in Carrico and White, she's going to have a monster year for sure.
Yeah, another two players from Keystone. They had a big night last night. Pete McElravy is going to be that big presence inside. She had a double-double last night. Mm-hmm. She's only a sophomore. She's an absolute monster on the softball field. She's a really good volleyball player. She's a very good basketball player. She kind of reminds me of Natalie Bowser, mm-hmm. who was a star there in 3 sports not too long ago. Kind of very similar skill sets. Softball dominant hitter, basketball, a big presence inside, and volleyball just being able to mop up everything at the net. And Isabella Brandon, we saw her in volleyball. She made the All-State team in volleyball. Off to a good start in basketball. She's a very quick guard, can shoot and get to the rim. I think Houston's going to have a good year under it. First-year coach Emily Lauer, who had a big college career. So those are the players I'm looking for on the girls' side. How about the boys' side with you?
I've watched a lot more boys basketball than girls as of the last couple of years, just because I had a brother that graduated last year. But on the boys' side, number one, I think I'm excited to go watch Redbank, and Braylon Wagner's going to be out there. He's going to be doing his thing. I'm actually more excited to see what Jackson Huffman does, because he's been one of those players that, that Redbank Valley team's been so talented. He's just been kind of in the mix, and now all of a sudden he's, going to be the 1-2 punch with Braylon Wagner down there, and he's going to be fun to watch. I watched him play the post a little bit. He's obviously a great athlete. He's got good footwork down there. He's going to be a great defender with how athletic he is. Some of the other Clarion, they have really 3 or 4 guys that it's like, any one of them can put up 25 points on any given night. Frederick, he's a great scorer. Dylan Smale, he runs the offense really well there. And Wyatt Watterson, he's kind of like, he's kind of their spark, really. He's always fired up, ready to go. So, they're going to be a fun team to watch. Obviously, we already talked about the 2 from Cranberry. Carn City with Cole Johnson. I'm excited to see how Keegan Schreckengoss fills in for, the Shane Peters role.
Played really well in the last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
He really emerged as another go-to guy for
Yep.
them. I think he's going to have a big year complimenting Cole Johnson. A lot of great boys players. You pretty much mentioned everyone I was going to talk about. But Cole Johnson's a guy I want to see, because last year, talk about another guy who just can't stop him from getting to the rim. He's just athletic, so quick, so strong. He's going to have a big year.
Oh, absolutely. And he was sharing the floor with 3 other very good scorers. And, now this year he's kind of going to be the guy.
Yep, he's going to be the guy at Carn City. Well, we're going to have to take another break. When we come back, we'll talk shot clock.
Yeah.
And then we'll bid adieu for the night. This is the Main Street Sports Show. Sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. We'll be right back.
Redbank Chevrolet, Clarion County's trusted vehicle dealer. At Redbank Chevrolet, we're more than just a dealership.
Yes,
we're your neighbors, your go-to team for everything Chevy. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here to exceed your expectations with unbeatable service, great selection, and a fun car buying experience. Stop by or schedule your visit today. Together, let's drive.
Modern Living Solutions in Knox is always on the lookout for driven, positive individuals to join their team. They offer career growth opportunities and industry-leading pay. No experience is necessary as training is provided. Apply today and build a future with Modern Living Solutions.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kales kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kales, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
MPRC helps me with the flexibility of the class times. I'm able to balance work, our hobbies of racing, and our family time in general with being able to take classes when it's convenient for me.
Affordable opportunities are endless at Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. If you're looking to start next semester or next year, apply now at discovernprc.org. discovernprc.org.
And welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet in Dubrook. Mike Kilroy, Brock Jordan. Big piece of news to hit today. The shot clock is officially approved. It was inevitable. You knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when. When were they going to pull the trigger on it? When were they going to implement it in Pennsylvania? A lot of states have implemented it recently. It's kind of the way things are going. AAU uses it. All levels of basketball use it. It was almost inevitable that high school would get it. And they're giving schools at least a couple years lead time to get what they need to get the money, to get the clocks, to get the people lined up. I know you're for it. I'm against it still. But talk about your reasons why you like it.
So just as a basketball fan, I understand that people love to see the defenses being played and this and that. But as a basketball fan, to me, it's just not enjoyable to see a team hold the ball for, a minute plus for a possession. I'm okay, at the end of the quarter, there's 35, 40 seconds left. I can stand, hey, let's hold for one shot here. I'm okay with that. But, we've seen teams, not to name teams, but we've seen them.
You know who they are.
We've kind of seen them. If you go to Clarion and then look at a map and go up, up that way, they like to run that a little bit more. Those slow offenses, and to me, it takes a lot of the fun out of the games for the kids too, because these kids want to run up and down the floor. These kids don't like the 32 to 27 games. They like the 65 to 60 games, and I think fans enjoy more of the high-powered, high-octane offenses too.
Yeah, so to me, the reason I'm against it is it's unique. You don't see this at any other level. You don't see teams being able to run offenses to kill time. I think that takes a lot of skill.
Right, yeah.
If you can burn on a minute off the clock, that takes a lot of skill. Because you got to, there's already rules in place where the 5-second rule.
Yep.
So there's already rules in place to make offenses do more than just hold it. And what you're talking about, I think that's a little of the extreme. Yeah, teams do play extreme where they try to hold it, and the other teams let it. If you don't want a team to burn a minute off you, play good defense, get a steal. That's my counter to that argument.
And I understand that, but on the other side, it's kind of like if you're not able to keep up with a team just because they're scoring more points than you because they have a quicker pace offense, then you got to kind of evolve to that instead of making a team. I know it's all about one team has to evolve to the slow pace or one team has to evolve to the fast pace. I just think from an enjoyer of watching the games aspect, I like the higher scoring stuff.
Well, that happens in other sports.
It does.
There's football teams that run the ball because they want to run clock because that's their style. Look at Ridgeway. They made a great season out of we're going to run the ball. We're satisfied getting 3 yards. We're going to go on these 8-minute drives. Stop us. Same thing can apply to basketball. We're a team that we don't like to take a lot of shots. We want those games in the 30s. Stop us. Make us turn the ball over. And make us play offense.
I haven't
get a lead and make us play offense.
I haven't read up on what their plan is for it quite yet. I just know that when I got here, it was kind of the news broke that they approved it. So I'm curious to see, are they going to lead with just the 30-second shot clock?
Well,
Are they going to?
It's 35.
Okay.
A lot of states have 35, which to me is reasonable.
That's reasonable to me because, like I said, I have no issues with the the end of the quarter strategy of let's get one shot here. I have no problem with that when it's 30, 40 seconds on the clock. But I have seen teams do it with a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, and it's just not. In my opinion, it's not, I just don't like it. Especially at the end of games, you see these teams with 8, 10-point lead. Yeah.
Even at 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, they're going to those weaves where they're not even trying to score. That, I can see the point of a shot clock. Make those teams do something.
Yeah.
But again, the team's going to do it. Defensively, stop it. Then
I
you don't
agree.
have to worry. I've seen it backfire on teams.
Oh, I have too.
Where they go into that too early. And they lose some of that momentum. They get some turnovers. All of a sudden, that team that is chasing them is back. And again, if you want to get them out of that stall, get a lead.
And I know
they can't do that.
You say about it in football as well. About the teams running the football. I don't remember if you were there for this conversation or not, but I know Mike Kalinowski, I think, was there, and Bob Dunkel was there. When you watched a team like, especially last year, Port Allegheny play and run the ball so effectively, if you're down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the game's over.
The game's over.
Yeah.
It could be the third
over.
quarter. That game, you're done. And to me, in basketball, you play a team that can run that 4-minute offense, 3-minute offense, and they're up by 6, 8 points. Your game, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, but I will say it's easier to run the ball when you have Aiden Bliss
and
that offensive line.
That's just quite the
and
exaggerated.
have the game over than it is to run that motion offense, that stall
definitely,
offense.
But on a
well-disciplined,
well-coached team, it makes it a lot easier when they do decide to do something like that.
Yeah, but also those teams, when they got to the higher levels, when they're playing teams that could stop it, that's when they had trouble. You do have to score points in basketball to win.
That's right.
That strategy doesn't always work when you get into the later part of the season. You have to be able to score. So playing that strategy also is a drawback to them.
Right. A lot of those teams, they aren't, they never have, because they're so good at running that kind of offense, they never really have to play the catch-up offense where, hey, we need to get a shot up within 20 seconds. Like, a lot of them don't have to play that type of offense, and then they get to the state playoffs, and they play these teams where, all of a sudden they go on an 8 to 10 point run, and this team just doesn't know what to do because they run such a slow offense.
Another drawback is what you're going to see too is you're going to see teams still trying to get good shots, and that clock goes down. Especially that first couple of years, I think, of the shot clock. You're going to see some really bad shots.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You're going to see some shots being chucked up, and that's going to make the game kind of a little bit harder to watch.
And I
think that will take care of itself over time. But
absolutely.
Early on, I think it's going to be an issue.
And I actually think it's going to kind of pave the way for a lot more. I think recently teams have gotten out of running a lot more full court pressure situations. And I think a shot clock may kind of uptick that a little bit. They already know they only have 30, 35 seconds to get a shot up.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, you make them waste 7 to 8 seconds instead of 3 to 4 getting the ball up the court. All of a sudden, you're creating a lot more turnovers. I think a shot clock also adds that part of the defensive aspect that I think can really get games.
I think that you're right. I think that's going to be a big thing is how long can we keep this team from getting into an offense? Now maybe they get 15 seconds once they can finally get into an offense. So now they got to rush. And as a defense, when that clock gets down to 7, 6, 5, a shot's coming soon, so you can play even more aggressively. So I think that's something. I'm glad they gave a couple years lead time too, because another thing you got to think about is some of these schools are already cash strapped, so they got to come up with another clock, another person
operator.
to run it.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Because you can't run them. You can't have a clock operator run a shot clock and a clock. That'd be too much for one person. I know. Over the years doing stories on if it's going to come or not, a lot of ADs and a lot of school administrators are saying that's going to put some pressure on us because, we got to come up, we got to buy these clocks, we got to put them, we got to make sure they work, because that's another thing. What happens if the shot clock doesn't work?
Yeah,
in the gym.
I'm sure there's going to be some way that the teams are going to, or schools and officials are going to have a way to figure that out. Because I think football, they have they have their stopwatches and stuff, and just in case there's a malfunction. And I think a lot of times there's like a little bit of a warning, like the ref's going to say you got 10 seconds. You know what I mean? I mean, they're almost going to have to if that malfunction happens.
Because we've seen how many football games were we at this year where the 25, 40-second clock failed after in the first quarter, and they couldn't get it back running. That's going to happen a lot too at some of these gyms. Some of them aren't going to have issues.
Yep.
Some of them might be set up. Obviously, games at the university, it's not going to be an issue because they already have it already built in.
Yeah.
But some of these high schools that are already kind of cash strapped and already have to come up with money for other things are going to have to. That's why I'm glad they gave 2-year lead time.
Yeah, and I think that with that 2-year leeway of, I'm really curious to see if teams start trying to incorporate it now. See if coaches can get a head start on a system.
That would be wise.
I think if I were a coach, I think I would try to start incorporate. Now, if I were
maybe
a coach,
not this year, maybe next year.
Right. Now, like I said, if I were a coach, I wouldn't try to run a 2-minute offense, but that's besides the point. I think, I think, I'm curious to see if coaches try to run a system this year, try to start incorporating, hey, let's try and get 30 seconds here. Let's score within 30 or something. So.
Well, there's some teams that shot clock won't
affect them
at all because they play that up-tempo style. There's some teams that play a little bit slower, more deliberate, where some coaches' philosophies are like that, where they're going to have to adjust and they're going to have to start teaching it, like you said. Probably now, probably like tomorrow.
Yeah.
They have to start teaching. Maybe
I think it needs to be in their minds for sure. Yeah.
Maybe we need to start thinking about picking up the pace a little bit. Anyway, it was inevitable. It was going to come. It's going to. All levels have a shot clock. These kids are used to playing with shot clocks already. Anybody who plays AAU, you have a shot clock. College game obviously has had a shot clock. NBA's had a shot clock. So it was just inevitable before it trickled all the way down to the high school level. Pretty soon all 50 states are going to have shot clock. And in 10 years, we'll be looking back thinking,
Brock was right.
What was it like? Well, no. Well, maybe. We're going to be looking back going, wow, I can't imagine this game without the shot clock.
It's going to make a change.
Personally, I just like that it's different than college and pros.
Right.
That teams, if they can run clock and stall and play good defense and win 31-26, more power to them. Because I think the onus is on the defense to stop that, just like the onus is on the defense in football to stop the running game, stop teams from snapping the ball 1 second on the play clock and shortening the game. It's the same premise.
It's not an easy offense to run. When I was in school, we tried it one game because we had some kids injured, and just lineup wise, it was probably the best chance we had at beating a team, and
that's why I like it too.
It didn't go our way. It didn't go our way. It's definitely a hard offense to get used to.
Now, I do agree with you with the holding the ball in the corner,
right?
And defense not coming out and just holding it for 7 minutes. So, some teams let that happen. I don't like that. Basically, you're just the fans. That's zero experience for the fans.
Exactly.
But you don't see that very often.
No, not often. It's just.
And it does get a little tiresome watching them pass.
Just these little handoffs.
You do the motion where you hand off, So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll do a quick wrap up. This is the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet and Dubrook, and we'll be right back.
Since 1946, we've delivered. From commercial to residential, we've got you covered. We proudly serve and support our local communities. Call 844-DUBROOK or visit us online. Dubrook, your trusted ready-mix concrete supplier.
Redbank Chevrolet, Clarion County's trusted vehicle dealer. At Redbank Chevrolet, we're more than just a dealership. We're your neighbors, your go-to team for everything Chevy. From the moment you walk through our doors, we're here to exceed your expectations with unbeatable service, great selection, and a fun car buying experience. Stop by or schedule your visit today. Together, let's drive.
And welcome back to the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet. It's our last segment. We're going to be on a shot clock for this last segment. Just really quickly, just your thoughts on this basketball season coming up? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm excited. I really am. I know we talked a little bit about that before we went live, that there's not really a team, in my opinion, in either the girls nor the boys that's just going to absolutely run away with it, I don't think. I think, looking back at rosters last year, looking back at games last year, looking back at who's back, I don't see a team that necessarily is like, hey, this team's going to go 20-0. I really don't. And I don't see a team that's going to be 0-20 either. It's going to be a fun league to watch this year.
Yeah, what I enjoy about high school basketball is on any given night, you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
A bench player could come in and score 20. A team that on paper doesn't look like they have a chance against the team they're playing hits every shot that they take, and they win. We're going to see that a lot this year. And then I really love the playoff basketball. Just the atmosphere at the university for the KSAC, the District 9 playoffs, because that's going to be a heck of a bracket in all these classes. That's what I'm looking forward to.
There's a possibility, with these 500 rules and, District 9 saying, or not saying, I should say, that we have to have a certain amount of teams with a lot of them just being the 500 rule. I think there's a possibility for a couple big brackets.
Yeah, so especially in single A, and both boys and girls, there's going to be maybe a March Madness kind of.
Hey,
might have 4 rounds before.
Best time of the year if you're a basketball fan. So.
Well, thanks for joining us. It was a fun debate here about the shot clock. Fun talking basketball with you, Brock. You'll be seeing me and Brock at some games this year. We're going to do some broadcasts again. This year we're going to try to hit just about every gym in our coverage area. A lot of great games, a lot of great teams that look forward to seeing this year. So see you at a gym near you. This is the Main Street Sports Show, sponsored by Redbank Chevrolet and Dubrook. Thanks for joining us tonight.